Hey guys, what's up? This is the Talking Point. I am Imian Basis, and I'm here with some members from the Talking Point, and some of our members are not here tonight because this is just basically like get back into speed, get back into the whole group kind of thing. So we let some of our members take a little bit more of a break, but we have some old members, a couple new members, just give them a little experience. So that's why we're just a little small tonight, but that's okay though. So that one gamer, it's up to you, and good luck, guys.
All right. Well, tonight's discussion with the talking point is basically a discussion about are we really free in the U.S. So all of us are going to discuss some vital points with that. So I guess we should start with the oldest in here. I guess the Kitty Wonder.
Well, to me, I don't think we're free because recently, I'm not sure how recently, but the right to protest was taken away from us, and that is definitely protected by the Constitution. What the fuck? We should be able to say that we disagree with something without being penalized for it. For example, the Westboro Baptist Church can parade around and do whatever the hell they're doing, yet if someone else tries it other than their group, they're penalized for it. What the fuck? I'd rather see WBC be punished for their stupid shit than just me saying, hey, I want a larger wage or whatever. I think that's reasonable, don't you?
All right. Chris, what do you think?
Um, to be honest, you really don't want to know what I think.
Why is that?
Because, well, you're gonna have, that one that's gonna say, I don't give a fuck about the country. And right now, I guess that's me.
Okay. All right. Sorry, go on. Okay. Since what do you think, Tony? I mean, Tony here is actually from New Zealand. He's not from the U.S. So I guess more or less he's an outsider. So he kind of sees what's going on. But from your point of view, Tony, what exactly do you think? Like,
What do you actually? No. Here's a good question. What do you see on TV that you think you can make fun about the U.S.?
I don't really make fun of the U.S., but I mean, I'm not that mean, but as an outsider, I have basically been witness to seeing, um, seeing the flaws, I guess, and
Yeah.
the decisions that America has made, which aren't exactly, the best way they could have approached things. Like it's like with the whole nuclear situation and um, poverty and all things like that. If they, I like did some research on this. I found out that if they saved up all the money that they have is put into nuclear energy and stuff like that, they would be able to quite literally end poverty several times the world over with that amount of money, which is amazing in a lot of ways, and it just shows that America needs to. That it perhaps hasn't made the right decisions in a lot of cases. So yeah.
Oh, what are your views on what you see? Like, do you think I guess I could say do you think we should change our ways of how we handle the economy or what we do?
Well, yeah, there's a lot to be improved on in terms of how America is run and all sorts of things, I guess. Yeah, they've just got to, yeah, they got to be careful, I guess, and make the right decision to, I mean, yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, they've made decisions in the past that weren't exactly what I would call wise, and if they pick up on those mistakes, they may be able to do better in the future. Because I truly don't think America is a bad country. I just think they've made
Best place
mistakes.
to live.
Yeah, they just made mistakes that have caused that have set in motion a series of bad events. I guess.
Well, no, you're right on the bad events. I mean, I'm sure everybody who knows about this site. I don't know the actual name of the site, but if you look at how much we're in debt, it kind of sucks to be an American right now. Just saying.
No shit.
I mean, we owe so much to like so many other countries, and then we don't even pay it back to even like do anything.
Mm.
It's kind of putting a whole setback on being a proud of an American song.
I mean, one of my goals, and because I want to be a filmmaker and stuff when I get older, is actually to travel to America. Because I reckon if I get in line with the media and stuff over there, that I could perhaps make a difference to society and maybe help contribute to making America a better place. I mean, I don't believe it. I don't believe it's truly. No place is truly terrible. I mean, every place has its flaws and its greatnesses, I guess. But
Well, I mean, you're right. I mean, it's the fact that it's no place is actually truly perfect, but no place is like the worst place to live. It's just how badly one place is more screwed up than the other. That's the way I.
All right. Is there anything else Chris or Tony would like to say about this?
I don't know. What about Kitty?
Yeah. Well, Justin hasn't had a turn yet.
I was gonna say, there's a whole bunch of other people in here that haven't gotten to talk, and I kind of feel sorry.
Yeah. Justin, what do you think about this?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things I can go on about. I mean, I can just stretch towards some ideas of why. I mean, I do believe that we're still free, but just there's not certain parts of the country that are not solved. Hold on a second. Okay, so pardon the interruption. One of my first points was it's gonna sound irrelevant, but I guess I might as well just start with one point. Now there was something. There was an issue with the obesity issue when people are eating too much fast food. Government decided to take its own action and interfere with the lives of people who are choosing to eat fast food. Now, which this fast food can increase obesity? We all know that. A lot of people started pointing the finger, saying that it was actually the fast food joints for women. They're saying that it's because of this we needed to actually ban the fast food. And
you have to worry about the whole world hunger thing, you know.
And which, if there's an increase on trying to ban the fast food thing, you're only promoting more of a crime. It's the same thing with a drug. When you try to ban something, make it illegal, you are only actually going to market underground criminal worlds where they actually sell that kind of product. But now I'm not saying the same thing with the fast food issue. I'm just saying that it's just going to create more of an issue of an uprising, because I mean, let's just come straight to the facts that it is that own person's fault for stuffing their face with so many fast food things. Now, if it's at some point that they're yelling at themselves saying, well, it's because of this is I'm obese. I mean, if it's genetic, that's it's a completely different issue. That's completely fine. But saying if you're stuffing your face with a lot of fast food and getting a lot away from it and blaming a company, the only person they need to blame is themselves. Now that's sounding irrelevant, but saying that banning these kind of things would not help us at all. I mean, sometimes if we feel like we want to get something to eat there, that's fine. But the people who actually don't need to suffer just because they think that there's too much of people who are gaining so much weight that anyone who hasn't gained that much weight shouldn't be doing that at all, because the government tries to step in and decides what they think is right for us. But anyway, I'm moving on from that. That was kind of weak of me to actually say that point. But another issue was what comes down to Republican parties when it came down to another issue when a woman was trying to get an abortion. Now, everyone's got a split idea about it, but the thing is, one of the I guess the Republican Party was actually trying to stop a woman from having an abortion. So basically, they're actually taking control of a woman's body in a political sense. Now, that is no freedom for a woman that actually has been taken advantage of, politically speaking. That is, that she could not have an abortion because it's her body, it's her right to do with whatever she wants. I'm against abortions to a certain extent because if it's the size of a bowling ball, you know, she needs to have it. But if it's to a point where it's not even considered a living thing, that go for it. But in the all sense here, you need to actually, speaking directly towards government, that they have no involvement in a woman's life to actually commit an abortion. What I'm saying is that they have no right to actually tell a woman what to do with her body. And I'm not going to go on with the gun control thing because that's already been across the issue. But I can also agree with Katie with the Westboro Baptist controversy that when someone tries to protest or tries to take a stand against WBC in the rightful manner, they're the ones who get persecuted or turned around the other way and effed up the ass. And I just find that there's really we're just kind of sinking in my point of view. Although I don't believe that to be all true, I just do believe that some of the things that we are seeing it's just an illusion to us. But the reality of it is it's really happening, and a lot of things have been, let's just say, manipulation is what it is, in my opinion. Of course, I could be wrong. I'm sorry, go ahead.
In terms of the whole manipulation thing, like, as an outsider, I've definitely noticed that. But I wouldn't say it's the, like, I went this doing a, media class. I wouldn't say it was the people's choice that they're getting fat at all. I would say it comes down to the media, which in a sense makes America hardly free at all. Because you've got the media who are basically, you can step outside, walk down your street for 5 minutes, and this is in New Zealand as well, and you've got brands from all over the place advertising all sorts of different things, basically being shoved down your throat, saying, with companies basically screaming at you, buy our product. And the only reason, I think really, if people started to become more aware of how influential the media can be, into our decisions and stuff. I mean, one thing I found out in my course that I was doing was that the government apparently reads receipts and stuff and use that to try and affect what we buy, because if they know what we buy, they know how to get our attention more, and they will, and they yeah, they're just very manipulating. That's why I want to get into the media as it is, because I do not like the fact that they are doing this to society. But if you think about it from a perspective, in a way, it's people within society controlling society anyway. I mean, we're all only human. So, there's that to consider as well. But you've got people who are on a higher level with access to more information that are finding stuff out about us and using that to their advantage to control us. And this isn't just an American problem. This happens all over the world.
All right.
They've got, people being basically, a study was done where they got some people to go into a shop and walk out with like a traditional everyday weekly shop or whatever, and 9 times out of 10 those people would walk out with more than what they needed. They'd always pick up on an extra item or so on that they didn't need, but they got it anyway. And that's because they're being sucked in to all these brands and stuff, which are in bed with other brands, by the way.
Yeah.
They're being forced to do things against their will. I mean, half the clothes and stuff that are being advertised and things these days are clothes advertised by celebrities, and that's because celebrities, if you think about it, are selling a lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. They're selling a lifestyle. They are essentially the role models. And if those people do drugs, then people are going to think doing drugs is okay. If those people do something inspirational, they're going to think being inspirational is okay. There's nothing wrong with being inspirational. Yeah, I mean, one movie I saw recently, which was a real eye-opener for me, was a movie called Branded, and it talks about this quite well. And one of the quotes it makes is that a long time ago, society used to control the media, but now it's media that controls society.
Some of it makes sense and some of it doesn't. I mean, it's just the point of why,
Yeah, true.
Would Kitty or Justin like to say anything else?
Actually, I kind of do.
Okay.
It kind of regards to the sense of religion. Now, if we can understand that religion has caused many conflicts between many affiliations between whose God is right, whose God is wrong, and we understand that religion causes a big manner. I'm not saying it causes wars, but there have been holy wars.
Agnostic. Sorry. That is why I'm agnostic.
But today, I've seen a lot of stuff that's made me think about, and even though I'm a Christian, I'm a non-religious Christian. It's just I'm not religious. I'm just saying that I've seen people actually just try to justify everything according to the Bible. When someone is atheist, they actually give a good logical and scientific reason, and all of a sudden it's disregarded, saying, well, the Christian is actually saying, well, no, God is the one who perfected everything, and if you don't believe, you're going to hell. And this is something that really angers my mind, is someone who's trying to persecute someone just because they believe differently from that one, and then trying to either put fear or put intimidation into them and to get them to join their side. Now, I would rather side with the atheists, although I'm a non-religious Christian. I would rather side with the people who actually have good logic and reasoning over the fact of religion, because at least it makes more sense to actually believe something scientific. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having faith in something. You know, if faith is pertained to your religion, as long as it doesn't persecute or shove any views down anyone's throat.
Yeah.
The thing, this contradicts not only the freedom of America, but this also contradicts the freedom of free will.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, according to the Bible, that we actually have free will. So, what is really the point of trying to shove religion down one's throat when it contradicts free will? This is not only a problem to freedom as an individual, but this also sparks as the freedom of the whole country itself, because there has been nothing but arguments over and over again about Christianity and atheism. Now, Christianity is one of the most controversial of religions to establish by. Now, I don't believe anything that pertains that rape was okay, or if you rape a virgin, you have to marry her. I don't really believe that gobbledygook, because we understand that rape is wrong, murder is wrong, and obviously enslavement is wrong as well. So we can definitely just narrow that all down. But a lot of things were justified from the Bible, saying that, well, it's okay because so-and-so, when a Christian does something that's beyond the control, it's like, okay, we can let this slide, because it's just like Westboro Baptist Church. They're just going to reference the Bible to get away with some sort of, despicable act of promoting hatred to a person or a group or an organization they don't really even know. Instead, they're just going to use that you're going to hell. Thank God for 9/11. Thank God for dead soldiers, when they didn't even know the fact about these organizations, people, or groups, or any kind of thing you can think of. To me, that is not freedom. And even if you distance them away, they still get the attention. They still get the money. And they still get the way to get a nation's attention. Is that freedom for the others who just wanted to be left alone with their own lives? No, that is not, because that is only still promoting Westboro Baptist Church. Even though they are distance away, holding up picket signs, the more the people see to the eye, to their attention, the more they're just going to picket and profit off of the funerals of deaths and organizations or anything else. That's not freedom. That is complete bigotry. That is complete... What's that word I'm looking for? It's... I would say just prepubescent, scum-filled horseshit of actions that are taken, and then the government does nothing. But I can understand, it's the freedom of religion, but when another group who kind of represents the same religion but in the same way does it, it's Westboro is the one who's getting protected by security, not the other groups as well, because they're promoting hatred. Now, I can understand people get violent around them, and personally, I really don't care what happens to WBC. I'm not saying that in the act of hatred, but if they choose to attack people for no apparent reason, just to use the means of the Bible verses, or just using the means of hate is what I meant to say. That's just not freedom at all. That's just the invasion of not only taking advantage of the First Amendment, that's also violating the amendment of privacy. Now, of course, the Constitution was written that the quartering of troops was not allowed, and therefore their privacy was to be kept to themselves and not to anyone else who bombarded in their lives or in their homes. So this is also violating the right to privacy. And that's all I have to say. That's my 2 cents.
Kitty, is there anything else you would like to say? So, I'm that one gamer.
9. Okay.
I'm Tony James is here.
And I'm the Metallica Guru.
And I'm Imian Basis, and we had Chris Reno, or known as Reno Gray on YouTube, who we lost connection with, and we hope you all have a good day or night when you're watching this, and we hope you all enjoyed the discussion, and thank you very much for watching.
All right. Bye.